Are you surprised maybe that oil is not reacting a little more strongly?
Well, we've seen this, right, over the course of the last few weeks. We've had a series of attacks, and particularly the tanker one, which in some ways is far more direct when it comes to oil market imbalances. I still think, the focus of the market is on demand and on recession. The G20 meeting coming up, whether Trump and Xi are going to meet, that's very much at the forefront. And I think that's why you're not getting the reaction. Imagine just a few years ago, a headline like this, we'd probably be up $5 to $10. But if the demand fears were to recede, I do think the market is going to care a lot more about these geopolitical events, because clearly, yeah, there has been an escalation over the last few days.
Is there simply still a massive amount of oil floating around the world? The U.S. inventories are near record highs. Are we seeing still a lot of oil everywhere in the world, enough to counter these types of headlines?
No, not at all, actually. I think, yes, the U.S. has built, and the U.S. built over April and May. Yesterday, we saw the draws. If you look at the kind of pricing signals that you're getting from the Gulf Coast, it's showing to us that the draws have just started because refineries are coming back from maintenance. We should get big draws this month and next month. And in the rest of the world, outside of China, we've been drawing an enormous amount of oil on water. There is no floating storage around, outside, of course, of what Iran and Venezuela can't sell. That's very different. That's not available to the market. So globally, we've drawn down stocks. It's just that the visible inventories are high. And now with the demand fears, people are expecting that we just won't get the draws. That's what's driving prices right now.
I mean, listen, if this is indeed Iran that is behind it, as the United States has said, Iran, of course, has denied responsibility. The tanker attacks, now this, it seems to be heating up rather than cooling off. More headlines, you think, though? Will they ultimately drive prices higher, despite the concern about a global economic slowdown, Amrita?
I do think so. I mean, look, there's neither side wants war. But clearly things are escalating, and the chances of miscalculation right now are rising. We have seen a shift within Iran. I mean, now there's no longer the focus on talks. It's kind of not in the playbook. It's much more, I think the IRGC are probably more in the driving seat right now. So clearly there is going to be escalation. And I do think the G20 is going to be important. If we get some kind of stability and kind of the receding of the fear that, okay, we're not going to get into a global recession, I think prices can go up very, very quickly.